Right guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are doing another video on the history of NBA teams, and I'm just going to be ranking them in the tier list which you can see on the screen right now. Now this is, again, like every video I do, is just a bit of fun, especially in the off season. It's just a bit of fun to fill some time. This is just a video to rank different teams on their history and their achievements within the NBA. Now, we have got 30 teams, so I'm going to get into it. I'm going to be giving winning percentages throughout the NBA, their accolades, and their playoff appearances and championships and stuff. So I'm going to be going through, putting them in each tier, and yeah, let's get into it and start off with the Bucks. Now, the Bucks have won 2 championships with a win percentage of 52.3%. With 34 playoff appearances. Now, I've put them in the good category. It's a great team, and, well, not a great team. It is a good team, and they've achieved a lot, especially back in the 70s, and now in the modern day with the greatness of the team right now with one of the best players in the world, Giannis. Next, moving on to the New York Nets. Now, I'm putting them in ABA. Now, I forgot to say this before the video started. I've got a separate category for the ABA. This is mainly because the ABA was a different league. If you were good in the ABA, such as the Nets winning 2 ABA championships and having a great time in the ABA, but then not really performing in the NBA, that's kind of the reason why I've put them there. So they had a win percentage of 43.9%, had 30 playoff appearances, and got 2 ABA championships. So that is why they are in the ABA section, because that was where they were most successful. Next, moving on to New York, I've put them in the great category. Now, this is mainly because they are the oldest team, joint with the Celtics in NBA history, and I just respect the greats and the history that team has. They have a 48.4 win percentage, which is good for how long they've been in the league, with 2 championships and 43 playoff appearances. That is good. And I know it's basically the same as the Bucks. However, I don't care. They've been around for a lot longer, and I respect New York wholeheartedly, so that's why they are in here. Next, we've got the Raptors, 48 whip. Next, we've got the Raptors coming in at the decent category, mainly because they have won 1 title and haven't actually been around for as long as many people think they have. They've got 1 championship, 13 playoff appearances with a 48 win percentage. Moving swiftly on, we go on to the Jazz, who are also in this section with a 54.5 win percentage as well. I think the Jazz are a great team, but they do have 0 championships, so they would be at the bottom of my decent category. They've been in the league a long time, and I respect them a lot. They just haven't won a championship, which is a bit disappointing for them. That's the main reasons why they're going in here. Next, moving on to the Rockets, a 51.9 win percentage with 2 championships with 34 playoff appearances. Now, this team is actually going to go in the decent category as well. 2 championships again. So I put teams with 2 championships in different categories. I put the Rockets higher, mainly because I like the Bucks more. It's all opinion, and it's all just like whatever I want to put where. So I've put the Rockets very high in the decent tier. You'll see I am ranking them within tiers as well. So I put, for example, I put the Bucks quite high in the good tier. In fact, you know what? I'm going to make a last minute substitution, I feel bad. I am actually going to put the Rockets in the good category. It doesn't make sense why I would do that, so I put the Rockets there as well. So I do apologise, Houston fans. I've put you in your rightful position. The Pelicans, I do apologise. You are going in the bad section, mainly because you're not very good, and I don't like to be mean. It's just not been a great franchise so far. Now, when I say bad, I don't mean bad. They've only had 8 playoff appearances, so I can't really put them anywhere else. 0 championships with a win percentage of 46.1%. Had some good teams over the years, but nothing spectacular where they have won a championship. Now, I'm just going to put this one in the Lakers, in the GOAT category, because the Lakers are the greatest team of all time, along with the Celtics. It's joint, I don't care. 17 championships, the joint most in NBA history, with 62 playoff appearances and a 59.2 win percentage. Just the GOATs. There's 2 GOATs in this league, and I may as well put the Celtics there already as well. The Celtics in this have also got a win percentage of 59%, 59 playoff appearances and 17 championships, which is crazy, and that will never be probably matched other than by the Lakers because they're so far ahead of everyone else. It's crazy to say anyone would come close. The Bulls have a lot of history and they have the GOAT, so I had to put them top of the greats category because they are one of the greatest teams of all time, one of the most memorable teams of all time. I think when you think of teams, you think of the Bulls, Celtics, Lakers, probably now the Golden State Warriors. These are the greatest teams of all time and people need to respect them at the highest degree in my opinion. Moving on to the Timberwolves. I really didn't want to put them here, but I've had to put the Timberwolves in the bad category because they just haven't won a championship. They've got a 39.9 win percentage in the NBA. They also then do have a 10 playoff appearances, and that's it, which just isn't great. I'm really sorry, it's just not great. That's the main reason why I had to put them there. It is a shame, really, but yeah, I've had to put them there. Moving on to the Blazers. I've put the Blazers in the decent category because even though they haven't been good for a while, they're not the worst team in the world, and they are a good team, getting a 53.3 win percentage with 37 playoff appearances and 1 championship. That is very decent, and I do respect the Blazers a lot, so I respect what they do and how they play the game. Moving on to Denver, I'm going to go for the decent category as well, coming just below the Blazers in this situation. Now, this is because they have a 50.7 win percentage with 37 playoff appearances. However, they had to come below the Portland Trail Blazers because they haven't won a championship, and that's just a fact. They have a lot of playoff appearances and a lot of history in this league, and I really respect what they've done in their time in the NBA. OKC, I'm not really a massive fan of them, but at the same time, I have to respect what they've done in their previous name and previous franchise organization when they were the Supersonics. I loved that team so much, gaining 1 championship with 32 playoff appearances and 53.4% win percentage. I loved them when they were Supersonics. I don't really like OKC as a team now, but I have to respect the history of what OKC used to be and the franchise that they have changed into as well. Moving on to the Grizzlies, top of the bad category. I really love the Grizzlies and the modern day Grizzlies, but over the period of the NBA, getting a 42.9 win percentage and 12 playoffs and 0 championships is not really good enough to put them outside of the bad category. That's why they are in this position right now. Moving on to the Mavericks, I have put them in the good category, at the bottom of the good category though, so don't kill me. I do apologise. I do like the Mavericks a lot, getting a 50.6 win percentage with 24 playoff appearances and 1 championship, obviously with Dirk. What a team that was, and I love that team, and that's why they had to go in the good category for me. I am actually going to put them above the Rockets as well. I do apologise. They do have 2 championships. The Mavs have 1. I like the Mavs more, and I do apologise for that. The Spurs, one of the greatest teams of all time, had one of the best players of all time, Tim Duncan. What else more do you need to say? A 59.3 win percentage, 47 playoff appearances and 5 championships. This team is one of the most iconic teams in NBA history. The Suns, I feel bad for the Suns, but they are going in the bottom of the decent category. It's not the worst thing ever. I could have put them in bad, but when you've got 31 playoff appearances with a 53.5 win percentage, I have to put them in the decent category. They've done all right, just never got over that final hurdle of winning a championship. Next, we move over to the Clippers, who have a 41.7 win percentage with 16 playoffs appearances and 0 championships. I'm really sorry, Clippers guys, but you're gonna have to go there. 16 playoff appearances really isn't that good, like at all. And I apologise, but it really isn't that good. I feel really bad, but it's just not. Next, moving on to the Golden State Warriors, getting a 48.5 win percentage with 36 playoff appearances and 7 championships. The 3rd most in NBA history. I am putting them below the Bulls because they've got the GOAT, and I respect the GOAT. No, I am sorry, but they are going below the GOAT. Here we go. I just love the Warriors. They are a great team, but they're just not above the Bulls for me, but they are one of the greats of all time. There are 6 greats. Obviously, the GOATs are also the greats as well. So that's all of the greats and GOATs so far. Next, we're going to be talking about the Pistons, who I love the Pistons so much, and they are in the good category for me. Just above the Bucks, because they've got 3 championships with 42 playoff appearances and 47.9 win percentage. The Pistons are one of my favourite teams of all time. I used to love watching them, and hopefully they get back to the place where they should be in the NBA. Moving on to the Kings, I respect that they have 1 championship, even though it was a long time ago, so I am actually going to put them above the OKC Thunder. I really do not really like the Kings, I'm going to be honest, but I have to respect that they've won a championship and got a 45.4 win percentage and 29 playoff appearances. Then the Cavs, I have put them in the decent category, above Toronto, because they have 1 championship, 22 playoff appearances, and 46.1 win percentage within the NBA. Great numbers, and that 1 championship is a good championship for them to have as well. So I really like the Cavs as well. Moving on to the 76ers, people are going to hate me, but I've put them at the top of the decent category. It's just something about the 76ers which I'm not really a fan of. I don't know whether it's like the feel of the team, but I've never really been a fan of them. I hopefully will be releasing a video on them soon, where I go through their history and stuff. I'm going through all 30 NBA teams, so I'm trying to do my best on that. But they got a 51.9 win percentage, 52 playoff appearances, and 3 championships. Yeah, I am really sorry. I'm not putting you in decent. I've just reread the statement I've made, and they are going just below the Pistons. I'm so sorry to the Philadelphia fans. I just read that statistic again. 76ers, one of the greatest teams. I don't know what I was thinking when I put them in decent. That just shows how stupid I actually am. Hopefully the 76ers fans don't hate me too much at the minute, but we'll see what happens. Moving on to the Hornets. I'm sorry, Hornets fans. You guys are in last place. I'm sorry. You've got how many playoff appearances? 10 playoff appearances right now. 10 playoff appearances, 0 championships with a 44.2 win percentage. I can't lie, it's just one of the worst teams in the league ever. Just based on history, guys. I am really sorry if you're a Hornets fan, but that is just the facts. Moving on to the Wizards. I have actually put them in decent because they've won a championship, and I quite like the Wizards. Not one of my favourite teams ever, but I like them more than OKC. With a 30 playoff appearances and 45.1 win percentage within the NBA. Then we move on to the Orlando Magic, who I have actually put in the bad category because they have just not won a championship, and I feel bad for this because I like the Orlando Magic a lot, but they just need to win a championship at some point. Moving on to the Heat, they have a 52.6 win percentage, 23 playoff appearances with 3 championships. I had to put them in the good category. I do really like the Miami Heat, but with 3 championships, I could put them above the Bucks, but I like the Bucks more. And again, up to that point, it's just preference, to be honest, in my situation. Next, moving on to the Hawks. Now, the Atlanta Hawks, I have put them above the Sacramento Kings because they both have 1 championship. It was both a long time ago, in my opinion. They have 1 championship, 48 playoff appearances with 49.4% win percentage. A good team, but they won their championship a very long time ago, so I can't really put them anywhere above like Toronto, for example. And then finally, we have the Pacers to end it all off. And for that, I just go ABA. And I'm really sorry we've ended on an ABA. But they have 3 championships all in the ABA, so like the ABA's best team of all time, 51.1 win percentage with 36 playoff appearances. A good team in the ABA, but haven't really performed in the NBA. That's just an opinion. If you don't like the ABA category, I do apologise, but it just is what it is. I've done this just for a bit of fun, and if you have liked the video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. It would mean a whole lot to me. And thank you for watching this video if you have got this far. I really do appreciate you, and thank you so much for watching.